Wednesday, another run day. I've been having this intrusive thought lately about sacrifice. I've noticed that there are a lot of elements in my life where I'm not sacrificing when I should be. I'm having a hard time with my faith right now because I'm going through this weird phase where I'm hyper focused sometimes, and then there are times where I'm just not focused on it at all. There are days where I'm consistent, I wake up, pray, I read my Bible, and I'm genuinely wanting to allow God to pour into me. And then there's days where I don't do any of those things at all. There are a lot of things in my life that I need to sacrifice in order to be a proper steward, in order to not only be a proper steward, but to kind of step into that next version of myself that God is trying to make me into, because I can feel it. It's almost like I'm resisting Him molding me. And it's like I feel that old me coming back. I feel that old me creeping back into my life. I'm listening to older music. I've been listening to some Juice WRLD recently. And it's funny because I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and I was listening to, I forgot which song it was. And it was very vulgar. And I just remember my mom saying, she's like, Jaden, what are you listening to? Ever since really this year, I stopped listening to rap like that. It's very rare that I do. Every once in a while, I'll go back and listen to it, but she knows that, I listen to gospel music, I listen to worship music. I really enjoy that old school worship music. At that point, I realized, I was like, yeah, that's the Holy Spirit trying to speak to me, trying to tell me to stop doing what I'm doing. Because this is what I'm really struggling with right now, bro, is sacrificing those fleshly desires, sacrificing what I want versus what God wants for me in my life. And that's hard to do because it's like, as humans, we think it's all about us. Oh, it's all about me. It's all about, we get really selfish. And because we're so selfish, we're not willing to sacrifice. I've been selfish a lot in my life, but I'm going to get back to work. There's still a video that I have to finish editing that I'm going to drop. Go get my braces tightened in about an hour, and then we're going to go for a run probably around 10:30. And hopefully by the time I get back, after I shower and all that stuff, hopefully it'll be 12 so I can eat. I'll catch you in the next. All right, it's time for the run. In all honesty, I really do not want to run today. I think it's because I'm not working today. I mean, regardless, I was gonna have to run anyways, right? But I kind of just want to chill. I can't just chill because work needs to get done. To wake up at 6 a.m. this morning, I had to do some editing. Now I gotta stretch out momentarily before I do this run. Like I said earlier, sacrifice, bro. Everything takes sacrifice. I mean, if I'm not willing to sacrifice, if I just want to be selfish, then my relationship with God is not going to grow. My salvation isn't going to be guaranteed. It'll be compromised. And the last thing that I want to do is compromise my faith. All because I'm not willing to sacrifice my own selfish desires. And all for what? A fleeting moment of happiness, a fleeting moment of temporary pleasure. That's typically what it is. Right? It's always that one little thing that doesn't even really benefit you in the long term. Nah, you're good, Mom. My goodness, man. Whew. The run is finished. Let me get some more light in here, bro. Hold on. 3.04. We made it through. I'm not gonna lie, the first mile was, dude, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was so hard, bro. I was just telling myself, I was like, bro, why am I doing this? Why do I always torture myself? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to go so hard? I gotta sacrifice that. I gotta sacrifice that little voice in my head that keeps on telling me to stay comfortable, to stay in a position that is not favorable to me and not favorable to the goals that I have. And it's definitely not favorable to God. Man, that was hard, bro. My calves literally feel like they're about to explode right now. But I got the race on Saturday and I just gotta push through. I paid for the ticket. Me and Nate are gonna ride up there and I gotta run it. I gotta sacrifice that comfort. Comfort is that cozy feeling of being in a place where you're safe, you're good. Although that can be obviously you want to feel comfortable in your own home, or
amongst, you want to feel comfortable going to the places that you're going to. At the same time, like, you want to be uncomfortable more than you want to be comfortable. Dude, this whole year, like, I've been comfortable a lot. And I'm really starting to see it now, like, as God is trying to mold me, that is something that I need to sacrifice, because if I'm not willing to sacrifice it, it's just going to be this constant cycle, just going in a circle over and over and over again. And I don't want that. I don't want that. It's like, deep down, I don't want that. Some parts of me, my flesh, may desire that, but I know, me, subconsciously, I know that that's not what I want. And for the vast majority of us, we don't want that. But a lot of us choose it. A lot of us choose it because we're selfish. It's like, it's weird, bro. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, man. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like there's two different parts of yourself. It's like you have your flesh and then you have your heart, which is your mind, right? Your heart and your mind are connected. It talks a lot about that in the Bible. Your flesh is always going to work against your heart, your mind, because the flesh is the desires that come from your body, your innate human nature, your innate human desires, food, sex, sleep, territory, like shelter, all those different things. Those are the desires of your flesh. Now, your mind, your heart, that's where your genuine, like, wants come from. Like, I genuinely want to do this. Not because I want to feel better about myself, or not because I feel like it would feel good, but because I feel like it would be nice. I feel like I would feel a little bit more fulfilled. Those are the two different things that we need to distinguish when we're having different thoughts and we're processing different things. It's like, where is this want coming from? Is it coming from my heart, like a genuine place? Is it coming from my heart, or is it coming from my flesh? If you don't sacrifice one, you're going to lose the other. So if you don't sacrifice the flesh, you're going to lose your heart. You're going to lose the desires of your heart, like your true, meaningful desires. And if you sacrifice your heart, flesh is going to win. Obviously, I could explain this a lot better, but this is just off of the top of my head. You need to be able to distinguish the two. I need to be able to distinguish the two, because even now it's still pretty difficult for me to distinguish the two. Like, dude, like I mentioned in the last video, when I was doing roofing and I was making all this money and I was chasing after success, I thought it was a genuine desire of my heart to chase after these things so I can buy my mom a house and I can retire her and take care of her, so that I can live in a big house and have a wife who stays at home and takes care of the kids. I thought that was a genuine desire of my heart. But really, at the end of the day, it was a fleshly desire, because I was doing it so that I could put myself on a pedestal, so that I could have people telling me, oh, you're a great man. And the reason why I was doing that, because when I was growing up, I was bullied. Not by, kids at school, but I had some personal things going on at home. And this is me being fully transparent. Like, I want to be able to explain these things so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But that's a part of me, because I was in that position when I was younger. Obviously, I don't want to be in that position ever again, where people are, someone's telling me, someone's talking down to me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to prove this person wrong. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And that's exactly what I did, right? I was working all to prove that one person wrong. But then I realized it didn't even matter. It didn't matter, because I was chasing after those goals with the flesh. It all came from the flesh, so that I could put myself on the pedestal, so that I can say that I did it, so I can say that, oh, I proved this person wrong, they're wrong about me, they don't know what they're talking about. When in reality, I should have been pushing towards the desires that come from my heart, because those are genuine. Those are the real goals. That's the real you. Your flesh isn't you. Your flesh belongs here. Your heart, your mind, your soul, it belongs to God. And that's why the most genuine feelings, the most genuine thoughts, they come from your heart. God is there. God is connected to your heart, your mind, and your spirit. He's not connected to your flesh. Your flesh is here. It's on earth. It's connected to here, so it's going to want the things that are here. Your flesh only thinks in a short-term sense. That's why we always push for pleasure now rather than later. And I have to push for, not even push for pleasure, bro, but push for more hard work, more God, more time with family, more little moments, you know, those little moments that you reminisce on, 5 years from now. That's what I need to push for. And I hope you push for it too. I love it. I love yapping, like, kind of, I talk to myself a lot. I talk to myself a lot. Like, one thing that always stuck with me is this quote. It's a very, 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 very common quote, but the most important conversation is the one that you have with yourself. And I'm always talking to myself. And I know that may sound weird, but I'm sure everybody does it. But I talk to myself and I have these conversations with myself and with my own mind, challenging myself to see if what I'm thinking is genuine, to see if what I'm thinking is even, if it's from a state of selfishness or selflessness or whatever the case may be, if it's antithetical to what I believe in, if it goes against my integrity. So that's why I love just deep, intrusive thought and expressing it. And which is why I will continue to express it, because I hope that this helps somebody. I hope that this helps someone change the way that they think, because I need it. I need it to help me change the way that I think. And if I need it, I definitely know somebody else needs it. So I'm going to go take a shower. And then after that, I'm going to finally eat breakfast at 12 a.m. because I fast until 12. So after that, just doing some work, more work, bro. More work. So I'll catch you guys in the next.
Got up early this morning. Me and my family were going on vacation. Savage race, it was amazing. It was fun. It was everything that I knew it was going to be. Just, it was the Tough Mudder, but with way more obstacles. The only problem is that the footage that I did have got completely lost because there was this one obstacle, the only obstacle throughout the entire race that I could not do successfully, because it had these two pull-up bars that I had to jump between. So basically you get on the first pull-up bar, you swing, and then you jump. And me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this shouldn't be, I mean, it'll be hard, but I got it. Let me lock in. So the first time I did it, I failed. Fell in the water. I'm like, okay. I sat there and thought for 30 seconds. I was like, should I do this again? Or should I just keep running? And then my ego was like, okay, yeah, let's do it again. We're not gonna leave until we do this. And then the second time I fell in the water, I almost reached the second bar too, which is the crazy part. The GoPro, the water basically pulled the GoPro from my head, and I was too busy trying to get the water out of my nose to prevent it from falling off of my head. The footage is gone. I couldn't find it because the water was too muddy. I was probably in there for about 20 minutes trying to feel it out with my feet, but at that point I was just like, you know what, just forget it. And it was honestly a breeze. I should have done the actual Savage race, the one that's like, I think it's like 7 or 8 miles. I should have done that one, and next time I will do that one. The reason why I'm doing all these races is because eventually I want to be able to do a triathlon. That's what all of these different races and marathons are preparing me for. So I want to get all these under my belt for running, which is why I'm, running these 3 miles every single week and things like that. Eventually I want to start swimming. I know how to swim, kind of, from, many lessons from my friends and people that I know here and there. It's not like I'm not like an Olympic swimmer or anything like that. It was good. And I know this is the last video of this series, but I'm going to be cooking up something very interesting, something completely different than what I normally do. I'm just brainstorming. I want to start making like short films. That's really, really, like, I love films. I love watching good movies. I was talking to my dad the other day, and I was like, Dad, you should really watch this movie called Interstellar. He's like really into like space and, sci-fi and things like that. Anything that has to do with like going to space, basically. He loves Star Trek. I was gonna call it Super Trek. Bro, I'm tweaking his mind. He loves Star Trek. So I was like, Dad, you should really watch this movie Interstellar. Because Interstellar, like, that is an amazing film. It's beautiful. 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 Even though it was made a really long time ago, and you could tell, like, with some of the scenes, like when the spaceships are traveling and things like that, you can tell it was made a long time ago, but a lot of the scenes in that movie are just beautiful, dude. And I really, really, really want to start making more cinematic-esque type of films. That's why I film my videos the way that I do, with the intros and the transitions and things like that. Because I'm trying to practice that with, you know, my phone up until, you know, I buy a camera. I get more gear, but I have a lot of the gear that I need. It's just the camera part that I'm missing, which I will be getting probably within the next month or so. I'm just focused on some other things right now. This is my season of locking in. I realized that on Monday and Tuesday when I was kind of procrastinating. When I got home, I've been playing this game called Borderlands 4. I've been playing it with, you know, some old high school buddy. And we've been having a blast, you know, it's been fun. And I was just realizing to myself, I was like, bro, if I sit here and do this when I know I should be working, then this just needs to be taken out of my life completely. And not only that, but it's been getting in the way of my relationship with God. And I was literally talking to my granddad about that yesterday. We used to do Bible study on a weekly basis and things like that, and have calls. We used to do prayer, and we stopped doing it because of me. I'm a big piece of the, you know, small group that we have, because it was me and my cousin that started it. So it's like me and him. Because I stopped doing it, they stopped doing it. I started to realize, like, my procrastination has a large effect on other people. And that's what I was talking about earlier in the video, is like, you can be extremely selfish, and the decisions that you make can not only affect yourself, but they can affect other people. And not a lot of people see that. You know, not a lot of people are aware enough to notice the effects that your decisions have on other people, even if they're just like small little details. It's just things like that that make me think about the decisions that I'm making in a completely different way. And I'm young, and it's like a lot of people will sit here and tell me, it's like, oh, Jaden, you have so much time, blase, blase, blase. But it's like, I'm at the point, bro, where it's like, I don't know, when I really think about it, like, I don't have time. Bro, look at the way the world is going right now. Jesus is coming back soon, man. And I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to sin, to be unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the time to waste to not be locked in right now, because there's people out there that need me just as much as I need them. And if I'm not ready, if I'm not in the right moment at the right time, or if I'm not standing on business, if I'm not 10 toes down, then I'm not gonna be able to help them. Not only them, but my family, friends, whatever. If I'm not in the right state of mind, if I don't make the right decision, if my head's not clear, then bad things are gonna happen. I'm putting away that old man, that little kid. I know what I'm capable of. And it's like, the crazy part is I've seen my own potential. I mean, God, obviously, he's seen it a lot more than I have, because he can see my future. But I've seen my own potential. And it's like, it hurts for me to go back to a state that was less than what I used to. Like, there's nothing like starting from zero, bro. Like, that is the worst feeling in the world. Like, going from here, bruh, to down here in less than a year, bro, it's the worst feeling in the world. It's the worst feeling that you can have. But now that I know what I'm capable of, I know I can do it again. You know, but this time I can do it from a different lens. I can do it from a different perspective. I could do it with more grace. I could do it with more godliness. I could do it with more character, more humbleness. Because back then, bro, I was a bad person. I was breaking hearts. I was getting kicked out of the house because I was arguing with my mom. Like, all types of stuff, bro. Like, it was bad. Money changes you, bro. People don't tell you this, but money does change you. I don't care what nobody says. It just amplifies who you are in that moment. Like, whoever you are in that moment, like, if you're angry, if you have a lot of anxiety, if you have a big ego, like, it's just going to amplify that to a level that is going to be out of control. It's lock-in season. It's time to grind, bro. Like, like on Wednesday when I was going on my run, before I went on my run, I was like, bro, I told my sister, I was like, you know, I really don't want to go on a run today. She was like, then don't. And I was like, now I have to go on the run. And then when I was running, I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, bro, I'm only gonna do 1 to 2 miles. And then in my mind, I was like, 1 to 2 miles. I got to the first mile, I was like, okay, let's keep on going. We're gonna do 2 miles. I got to the second mile, I was like, all right, well, we might as well finish now. And I was like, at the end of the run, I was so proud of myself because this week has just been, it's been rough, bro. It's been rough, but I've been just pushing through, leaning on God, leaning on his strength, bro. Because that's the only thing that I really can do. I know I can't do this by myself, bro. Like, I know a lot of people, they like to act tough. They like to, you know what I'm saying? They like to make it seem like they're Superman, but I know I'm not Superman, bro. I used to think that I was. I used to think I was bulletproof. But then when I came back home and I saw all the hard work that I did completely disappear, and I went to my mom and I was on the verge of tears. And I said to myself, I was like, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But then I started to be grateful, and that started my whole journey of leaning into God. Because I tried it my way, but it didn't work. Now I'm going to do it his way. Again, like I said, more work, more God, more discipline, bro, more time with family, all of that. That's what I want. That's what I want my life to be, man. Me and my family are going to Gatlinburg. It's like a cabin in somewhere in Kentucky. While I'm up there, I'm going to try and, get some work done and things like that. I'm definitely going to record. I might go on a run on Saturday. I'm thinking about it. I'm really trying not to have that hustle mindset, bro. But it's like my mind is telling me go, 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 go. So I'm probably going to end up running on Saturday. It's probably only going to be a mile, though, if I can find a trail nearby. We'll see. Taking my time, being patient, and waiting on God's timing, bro. Because I know that that's when things are going to happen. It's not going to happen on my time. I've done all the rushing, and it's not going to get me where I want to go. I've come to realize that it's not going to get me where I want. But anyway, this is the end of the video. I'm sorry I'm recording this so late because this is ridiculous, bro. I was supposed to record this literally. I really should have recorded this the day after the Savage race, but I didn't. Like I said, I've been procrastinating. I want to say that I'm done, but I know that there's still going to be days where I procrastinate. But nah, bro, I'm locked in. Trust and believe that I'm locked in. But anyways, I got to go pack up this car because we about to leave, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next.